Hello. In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use breakpoint automation in Pro Tools for Hybrid Mix Lab. This simple decay mix here, there's a lot of opportunity where automation is needed. Some of the levels are pretty erratic throughout the file. And that's actually pretty common for mixing, and automation is just essential and needed. And there's lots of great ways to do automation in Pro Tools, and this is just one method. This is breakpoint automation. So let's just take this BG track here, BG1 track. When it comes in at the first verse, right here it comes. These vocals are a perfectly acceptable level just the way they are and set. I've set the fader. I've brought the fader down here to about -6. And it's a perfectly nice level. But when the background vocals come in the middle of the first B section, I can't hear them at all. They're very quiet. And if you zoom in on the tracks here, you can see they're pretty low. Right? And then there's lots of tools we could use here. We could just use clip gain and turn this up, right? That would be one way. But this assignment here requires you to use breakpoint automation because this is a very useful tool. Breakpoint automation is simply drawing the automation lines here. Let's avoid clip gain and let's do breakpoint automation. What I do is I hit you can turn your waveform view here over on the track and set it to volume. I use a macro for that. It's the minus key on the keyboard, and that opens it up. It's not the minus key on the number keypad. That actually changes the location of the cursor, or if you have a clip, it'll move it. So I use the minus key on the keyboard, and that shows me my volume. And it's really simple. If you're in the select tool there, you can drag over this clip here, and then move to the trim tool and bring up the automation. If you hold Command down, it will bring it up by 0.1 of a dB, so you can be very specific about this. I suspect we need about 3 dB here of level to bring this up. Maybe even more, actually. Seems like we need a couple more dB, so maybe 5 dB would have been right. That's pretty cool. So this is a pretty simple way of doing it. Trim tool, right? Maybe I want to bring these guys down, select tool, and I'm going to go to the trim tool here. I'm now using macros to do this. Bring it down there. And so I do this in the mixing process all the time. This song is full of of changes like this. These particular vocal sections here in the beginning of the song are quite quiet on the lead vocal. Let me expand the lead vocal here. I'm going to hit the minus key and say really quickly, let's say the first verse needs to come up by 1.5 dB. Whereas this whole this A section and B section here, it needs to, I can just make a little breakpoint there and bring this section down by dB. So I do some real quick automation this way. This is before I automate, before I do fader rides, before I do lots of specific little vibey fade rides with the fader. I just kind of do this breakpoint automation. So it's very simple. Just to reiterate, make the track see the volume automation. The minus key works great. And then use the select tool to drag over the section you want to change. And then use the trim tool there and go up or down, hold Command down, and add a dB of change. And this is a very quick thing. You can do it really quickly. You can get really fast at it and go, I want to bring up the second verse of the organ. Boop, select the second verse and bring up the second verse. So that's it. I just want to show you that. It's a very, very useful feature. Please learn how to use it.